Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing my Magical Orilium TBR. So, as many of you know, there is a readathon called the Magical Readathon that has been revamped to be the Magical Readathon Orilium, and so it takes part in August and in April. So April was the first version of this where we do like our classes, and then August is like where we do the second part of the classes, but it's kind of like the exams. And so I have a bunch of like prompts now that give me different things that I have to do. So we will see if I can do this because I have not exactly been on the best reading track lately. Like I've been reading very slowly. So maybe, just maybe, this will be the motivation to get me reading again. I do have to read 7 books for this. So that's already a lot considering I've been averaging maybe 3 or 4 if I'm lucky. So we're going to see how this goes. I made a little TBR and I think that it's a pretty easy TBR. I tried to be like generous for myself and give myself books that I think I will be able to get through quickly and books that I think I'm going to just overall enjoy. So I'm going to dive into the prompts with you guys, show you guys what I have to read, and yeah, let's see how it goes. If you guys were following along back in April when I did the first version, I'm actually going for the job of Beastmaster. I thought that would be really cool. So, and I like animals. So I'm doing Beastmaster. And so for this time, I have to do an O in Elemental Studies, a D in Animal Studies, an O in Alchemy, and a Q in Restoration. So that means that like the letters mean you have to do so many prompts in each one. And yeah, so I believe O is the lowest, D is the highest, which means you'd have to do 3 prompts for that one. And then Q is like the middle one where it's 2. So let's just jump into it. The first one I have is an O for Alchemy. So that is a book on someone's worst list you think you might like. So for this one, I am going to be reading a book that was on Marcus's worst list. He read this book for another readathon because it was a short book specifically. And so this book is called Bulky. And all I really know about it, I actually think I'm going to like it. But all I know is that it's about a girl who's like thirsting after her best friend's dad. And that's it. That's all I know. I think it's going to be ridiculous, but I'm actually also like very excited to read this one and see how it is. It's also only like 73 pages, so it's super quick. So that means that I'll be able to get like a quick head start on this readathon because it's a fast read and it's going to get smutty probably, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I thought I would take a stab at that one. So then I have to complete a D in Animal Studies. And so this means I have to do all 3 prompts for this category. And so the first one is to choose a book with a familiar or like an animal companion in it. So for this one, I'm choosing Monstrous Volume 3 because I know that there are animal companions in this graphic novel series, so that fits perfectly. I've actually only read the first volume of Monstrous, but that jumps us into the next prompt, which is to read a book with a raven on the cover or raven in the title. And so I'm doing Monstrous Volume 2 because there is a raven right there. So yeah, I'm going to hammer out 2 graphic novels during this readathon. And I'm excited because I'm jumping back into the monstrous like world. And I really enjoyed the first one back when I read it probably like close to a year ago or something. It's been a while since I've been in like the monstrous world. So I'm very excited to dive back into it and just see where it takes me. I remember the first one being very like kind of hard to follow, but also really cool. And I loved the art style of it. So I'm really looking forward to jumping back in. Then for the last prompt for Animal Studies, it's to choose a book with a rabbit on the cover or a rabbit in the title. Now, let me tell you, this was such a hard prompt to find a book for. Same with the Raven one. I had such a hard time finding books for those prompts because they're very like specific. And yeah, like I went through a lot of the books on these shelves. And I finally found one with the rabbit, which took me forever. And that is the Zodiac, because the rabbit is one of the zodiac animals. So it's on the inside of the flap here, but you can also see it kind of on the back of the spine there. So I'm going to try reading this one and see how it goes. Now, this one says, I'll give you, like, the synopsis is really short, so I'll just say, when 12 magical superpowers are unleashed on the world, a Chinese-American teenager named Steven will be thrown into the middle of an epic global chase. He'll have to master strange powers, outrun dangerous mercenaries, and unlock the mysteries of the Zodiac. That sounds like so much fun, and this was, like, a random find that I found at the bookstore, as you can see, because it still has the sticker on, that, yeah, I was excited about it. And when I was, like, flipping through this book, there's actually, like, graphics and stuff, like, as you go. So it's like a mixture of, like, a graphic novel and an actual novel. So I'm really excited to read this one. I think it's going to be like a really fun adventure. And I think it'll go pretty quickly, which is awesome, because I want books that are going to go quickly for a readathon so I can actually potentially complete the Readathon TBR, which I rarely do. So I'm very hopeful that I actually get through this one. But yeah, I'm excited. Next up is an O in elemental studies. And so for this one, it's kind of a weird prompt. It's literally just start a book with a drink. So I'm interpreting that as, like, as I start the book, when I open the book, I'm on the first page, I have to have a drink in hand and be drinking something. That's how I'm interpreting it, because I don't think there's any other way to interpret that. But I am choosing Jay's Gay Agenda for this one because my friend Hillary from the channel Melted Books wanted to do a buddy read, and so the two of us chose this book to read together. I was sent this book actually as a birthday gift from another booktuber last year named Danny, and so I'm really looking forward to reading this. I have had it on my shelf for a really long time, and yeah, I'm just excited. I'm pretty sure this one is about a guy named Jay who is exploring his sexuality, and so he has, like, a gay agenda that he is, like, kind of like checking off this list to do all these different things when he's in college, I believe. So that sounds like fun. If you've seen the movie The To-Do List, it sounds very similar, and The To-Do List is such a funny movie. I thought that movie was hilarious. So if it's anything like that, but gay, like, I'm down for it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and I think Hillary and I are really going to enjoy it. I hope so. Cross my fingers. Then I have a cue for restoration, so I have to do 2 prompts for this one. The first one is to choose a book with one object as, like, the single, like, focal point on the cover. And so for this one, I chose Legend by Mary Lou, because this symbol is kind of like the main single focal point on this cover. Now, I don't even want to read what this is about. I know that this book is like a dystopian book. That's all I really know, though, and I don't want to know anymore. I want to dive into this completely blind with, like, no expectations and just see where it takes me. And I'm really looking forward to it. Marcus purchased this whole trilogy for me, like, ages ago, and it's been sitting on the shelf up top. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's also only like 300 pages, which is a perfect length of a book for me. I love books that are like 300 to 350. Those are like the prime range for me. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. And yeah, I hope it's really good. And regardless, I feel like I'm going to get the, like, 2010s, like, dystopian vibes anyways. So I'm looking forward to that at least. And then the last one is one of the oldest books on your TBR. And so I chose this book because I've had this book on my shelf for a very long time. If I had to go, like, actually oldest, it would probably be, like, books that are, like, back at my parents' place. But I'm choosing it as, like, oldest on my shelves. And so that one is The Rest of Us Live Here. And, oh, sorry, The Rest of Us Just Live Here. I was, like, reading it off as I read it. Yeah, so The Rest of Us Just Live Here. I believe this is following the story of a person who is best friends with superheroes. And so it's kind of like their story being, like, the friend of a superhero, but not the actual one with powers, and how they just, like, live a normal life, but have different things kind of, like, interrupt that normal life, considering they're best friends with, like, a superhero. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of like a contemporary version of The Boys, but, like, they're not hunting down the superheroes that I know of. I think it's honestly just like a fun contemporary story. But I'm looking forward to reading it because I do love superheroes, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. So this is my pretty ambitious TBR. We'll see if I can manage to do all of these books. I feel like I will be able to, honestly, if I, like, actually work hard at it, I think I can pull this off. And I gave myself like a lot of short books on here. So yeah, we'll see. I'm such a slow reader, so like I'm nervous, but at the same time, I'm really wanting to do it. I was going to do an entire month of just mood reading, and I was going to be like, okay, for my TBR today, there's 0 books on it because I'm just going to choose whatever I want. But then I forgot that this part of the readathon was happening again in August, so I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to participate in this and just throw a bunch of books on a TBR. So maybe for September I'll do mood reading. I really want to have a month where I have no set TBR and I can just pick up whatever and read, because I haven't done that in a very long time. I've kept myself to a very strict like reading schedule. And so, yeah, I'm just excited to try that out, see how it goes. I know it's not the most exciting content for you guys if I just did a TBR of nothing, but I do want to kind of reward myself because like I have been very strict to my TBRs. So anyways, that might be coming in the future. But yeah, so this is my TBR for August. And I'm also excited because August is my birthday month. So I'm getting old. But yeah, there's a lot of fun things happening in August. And I'm looking forward to reading all these books and hopefully becoming an official Beastmaster. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them, or if you're participating in the Magical Readathon, because I'm always excited to see other people that are participating and like what careers they're going for. So yeah, definitely hit me up in the comments down below. If you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Ko-fi page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as linked by my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post my videos on Mondays and Thursdays. And until next time, keep on reading.